And I'm Steve Patterson.
Okay, nice to see you.
Good to be back.
Okay, so Steve, the other day, one of our producers said to me, Elizabeth, I need to schedule you for something. Do you have a couple of hours to go to the meat lab?
What did you say?
I didn't know what that was,
Yeah.
but since I have great trust in our producers, I said, okay, sure, I'll go, whatever. Okay, well, turns out the Meat Lab is on the St. Paul campus of the University of Minnesota. It is a major hub for agriculture research.
But you know what? You don't have to be a student if you want to benefit from this place. We're going to tell you how to shop there in just a minute. But first, Elizabeth heads into the back room to find out what students are learning and to get some inside scoop on saving some serious cash when you're grilling up cuts of beef this summer.
So I found a friend to help me out today. This is the bowl right outside the Meat Lab on the University of Minnesota campus. Fun fact for you, first meat lab in the entire country. This place was established in 1901, and I hear they're doing some pretty cool stuff inside. We're going to check it out.
So this is where we process everything from live animals down to fresh meat cuts, grind, sausage, jerkies, bacons, all of those things.
This is so cool because that means that nothing's going to waste. You've got these animals that kids are studying in the agriculture programs. They're learning how to keep farming going. They're learning about all of it, and then you actually use it and you sell it.
Yes, so we're in an inspected facility as well. So in addition to teaching our students how that's all done, how we go through research, etc., we also are able to recover some of our costs by selling the products.
So your students get to see beginning to end the whole process, which is something that a lot of people miss out on. I mean, they're not seeing cattle being raised and then going into the meat products.
Right, our industry always estimates that about 98% of our population has nothing to do with their food. Which is putting a lot of trust in other people. So that's the technology and the science that we teach here.
I got a hairnet, I got gloves, I can handle this. This looks fantastic. Okay, so we get this all ground, and then you've got a team here making it into patties.
Yeah, our crew right here is hand pressing actually some patties. One of our products is the wild rice patty.
I knew it. I'm like, what's going on in there?
So some of the research that was done in the 80s and 90s in our lab showed that wild rice, which is a product in Minnesota, is actually an antioxidant. And works to preserve beef, but also obviously gives it a really nice flavor.
You can stop down here and you can buy them.
Yeah, so we'll actually have these available in our sales room, which isn't actually down here. It's going to be upstairs, and we have a joint sales area with our food science department where you can also buy dairy products.
You've got some big cuts of meat here, and you're going to show us what to do with these guys.
Absolutely. So Tristan here, our supervisor, he's going to be working on our beef chuck roll. And so this would be like the top of the shoulder. It's on the chuck and it's right in front of the rib section. So you've kind of got ribeyes running up into the chuck.
There's nothing I love more than a ribeye.
Sure.
A bone-in ribeye is the best steak that you
yes.
can eat. Okay, so if you're going to your butcher, tell me exactly what you should ask for if you want to get that great ribeye flavor and look, but you're going to get it at a better price.
It would be the chuck eye steak.
Chuck eye steak.
And this would be one cut fresh. And so where you have a ribeye, a choice ribeye, something like $12 a pound, these can come in at $7 a pound.
No way. Okay, so in some cases you don't want to see how the sausage is made, but Dr. Ryan, in this case, we're happy to see how the sausage is made. Look what you're doing.
Absolutely. So we've got an automated sausage stuffer here.
No way.
This is, the easy way of doing things. If we want to make sausage very quickly, this would be an auto linker.
Okay, that is a lot easier than like the hand linking and everything.
So the old way of doing that would be if you were to pinch off a sausage similar to that.
Yeah.
And it was twisting 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
There you go. Then pinch it off.
Oh my gosh.
Usually 2 or 3 times.
Hey, that looks pretty good, huh?
Yeah, very good. Those would get hung, like Tristan's showing us there, they get hung on that rack. And from there, if they are a cooked product, then we move into the smokehouse room, whether it's hams, bacons, jerky, sticks, obviously sausages, etc. So they'd go into our houses here. They would smoke for anywhere from 2 hours to 24 hours and anywhere in between.
Agriculture is something we're so proud of here in Minnesota. And I always say, nobody is harder working than a farmer.
Sure,
Nobody
I agree.
is working harder than a farmer. And this is how it all ends up.
Very good.
This is super cool. Thanks for having us today.
Thank you for coming.
Really cool facility.
That's
and the
seriously,
oldest
you
meat
never
lab
know.
in the country. And a lot of universities have that type of facility.
Yeah.
But here's something really cool. So ground beef, steaks, and much more are then sold to the public in the meat science sales room. It sounds scarier than it is.
It does. I'd work on the title.
It's actually really great. It's open to the public every Wednesday afternoon from 2 until 5. So you got to go there at that specific time. And here's where you go. You go to the Andrew Boss Laboratory of Meat Science. That's the building name on the U of M St. St. Paul campus. There's street parking right there, right in front, and then there's a lot right across from the building. And Dr. Ryan and his team told me that they do sell out of items, so you might want to get there early. They have tons of amazing brats and all sorts of good stuff, like really great steaks. Look at that. They typically see a line of people who are waiting to get in right away.
It's like once you know that it's there, that becomes your place.
Yeah, and here's a little, they don't like to compete with business owners, but their prices are a little lower than where you're going to find at other places.
That was a good ribeye option that they gave us in that story,
Isn't
too,
that
from
awesome?
$12 a pound down to $7.
I know.
Anyways, there you go. Plus, the meat science team, you should know, is known to sell corned beef around St. Patty's Day, roast during the holiday season. And just a heads up, it's cash or credit cards only, no checks. So if you prefer to pay that way, what are you doing? I mean, we gotta go. We gotta all move to catch. Anyways, we posted a list of what this showroom sells, along with prices on TwinCitiesLive.com. If you use checks, it's fine. I'm just teasing.
I know. I occasionally use one. And our sponsor, the Minnesota Beef Council, is here to help. They want to help you with some fantastic recipes, everything from appetizers to slow cooker ideas. You're going to find lots of inspiration on their website, mnbeef.org. So go stock up at the Meat Science Building. Go to the Minnesota Beef Council's website and get your grill on.
Are you a pro